A little-known Maryland nonprofit faces transparency concerns about how it's managed more than $50 million tax dollars allocated through Baltimore City. Patrick Huff from our Spotlight on Maryland team has the latest.
We reported earlier this month on how the federal government's Ryan White HIV program operates in the Baltimore area. The U.S. Department of Health and Human Services has given the Baltimore City Health Department $57 million tax dollars since September 2022. The health department then sent the money to a Maryland nonprofit called Connections Thru Life, or CTL, which operates as the fiscal agent of the program. Through a series of grants, CTL sent most of the $57 million to different health-focused organizations in Maryland that help treat those living with HIV. Erica Harris, a professor at Florida International University focused on nonprofit accounting, said it's not ideal to shift money between that many groups.
Taking out some of those layers would certainly provide maybe some more transparency and provide better information to the public, but only if the city is really equipped to do that.
Spotlight on Maryland obtained CTL's latest contract with Baltimore City in 2025, which shows the nonprofit was scheduled to spend about $500,000 tax dollars on annual salaries for 8 employees as a part of the Ryan White HIV program. CTL's latest nonprofit tax form from 2023 listed 17 employees, but only names one, Antoine Anderson, who also runs a for-profit accounting firm called Anderson & Company. His nonprofit and for-profit group share an office suite in Owings Mills. Spotlight on Maryland reviewed legal documents spanning from 2012 to 2020 that showed Anderson paid about $30,000 in tax liens, most of which was owed to the state of Maryland. One case included a garnishment of Anderson's wages and property, as well as a show cause order for contempt after he failed to appear in court. Anderson did not respond to emails asking about his tax liens. Attempts to reach Anderson by phone were unsuccessful. So how was CTL chosen to manage this tax money? The Baltimore City Health Department put out a request for fiscal agent services of the Ryan White program in December 2021. The department spokeswoman told us only 2 vendors applied and 1 withdrew late in the process, leaving Connections Thru Life as the only applicant. Amanda Beck, a professor at Georgia State University who specializes in nonprofit accounting and reporting, said BCHD could have found a way to look for other options.
If it doesn't get the type of bids that it wants or that it thinks are required to do the job that it's looking for, then it doesn't have to choose somebody. It can extend the window, or it can decide to go another path.
BCHD's December 2021 request for proposal asked for a bidder with extensive experience complying with state and federal funding reporting. However, CTL wasn't granted a tax-exempt status by the IRS until February 2022, 1 month before the fiscal agent services were scheduled to begin. When asked if it's necessary for CTL to operate as the fiscal agent of Baltimore's Ryan White program, a BCHD spokeswoman told Spotlight on Maryland the department is currently building its capacity to bring the work in-house. We asked Baltimore City Comptroller Bill Henry the same question. His spokesman told us that the comptroller broadly believes that the city should bring more of its administrative work in-house and rely less on third-party vendors. We'll continue this investigation into how Baltimore City monitors CTL and other nonprofits that handle your taxpayer money. For Spotlight on Maryland, I'm Patrick Huff.